Greetings and being venue. Welcome to Midnight Broadcast. Tonight's tale takes place in an everyday gas station. Anon has a night shift in the attendant box, the rule meant to protect the cashier from the forces of nature and man. But it is being humbly present to you, night attendant.
Work at gas station. Little shatty box version, like outside department stores etc. The box I'm in is basically concrete, steel, rebar, and 3 inches bulletproof glass. Company spent a lot on this tank-like box. Pretty much after a certain hour in day, like 10 Islam would lock all vending areas, coolers etc., and just sell gas till morning shift came in. At that point no reason to get out of box, all is prepay etc etc. Q12-ish and little old beater of car pulls up. Out gets old lady. Asian with that 70-plus short Asian tiny and furious look. Comes to window, surprisingly polite. Launch weird shit.jpg. She starts looking at closed coolers, locked carts etc. Like she's browsing at shite she can't see get to. Looks at me, oh the horror. Can't describe it well, but her face was like she had all her skin replaced? I mean the complexion, the meshing of it was all wrong. This bitch had mole spots on her hands, and her old lady dress showed me her wrinkly old legs as well. But her face, and worse her smile. Ever seen those fudgers with the perfect fake teeth, that seem to have no excuse but to give you a big look, the flick at me smile? That's this lady. So, her face looks like someone copy-pasted it onto her. Her smile says, look at me, I'm harmless. That chat-eating smile. Walks up to window. Starts tapping on glass. Ask her if she needs anything. Q fucking smile again. Says she needs to refuel. Ask her if she knows what to do. Replies with a dragged out
"Oh yes."
Raised eyebrow, but okay. Ask her for prepay amount, pay type etc.
I forgot my purse, I'll be right back.
Watch her got to her car, bend down into it to get a purse or what the fudge ever. She bends down, partially out of view. Bends down further. Fudging gone, can't see her. 5 minutes go by, no creepy face lady. Time to kick it up a notch, says fear.ag. Scrapping at door, soft tapping. Mind you, this door is the only way in or out of this box. Tap 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 tap. From register, stare with fear at peephole that's indoor. Decide to not look at murder hole of death. All of my fear in full effect. Then scrapping on roof. Tap tap tap. Tap 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 tap. Same as before. Brain goes in overdrive. What if something wants in, like in the movies? What happens in scary movies? Big people, what's it, examines walls, weak spots etc. Oh, shat fudge me. Brain is making it worse for me. Decide to call office, in store. They can see my station etc. Let them clear my scared out head. Fucking jitters remembering this shite. Call office. How about this weather.jpg etc. Desk lady says,
what weather?
You know, the wind, blowing shite around outside etc.
Anon, what weather? It's calm as can be outside.
What about you know? I fumble.
It's a beautiful night and relax. No storms law.
Her slight shifting walking around sounds.
Although, everything okay out there, Anon.
Why, I stutter into the phone?
The western satellites are completely out.
I can't speak.
Along with your back pole light.
Pole light is the parking light that's in most parking lots etc. Only one near me for about 40-ish feet around me till customer parking starts. Anywho, at this moment I realize my folly. The phone in little box was in back of box. Behind privacy niche, for counting cash, etc. Look around niche. Where the fudge is the light god? Only few lights on, so I can see in front of me at closed coolers, etc. And who the fudge is there? Little creepy Asian lady. Her face in that mismatched looking complexion. That fucking smile.
Anon, I can't reach my bus, it fell.
In my head, which it's been 10 minutes.
Anon,
She goes,
I can't reach my bus, it fell.
I mutter can't, as you can see having electrical issues, etc. Bullshit excuse, I know, but I'm in full X panic.
Oh please Anon.
She says,
I am so old and weak.
that smile. Sorry, can't leave. This is too big. Bullshit excuse about emergency, etc. Wrong thing to say. Satan. Smile fucking vanishes.
Come outside.
She says. Slight rasp in her words now. Can't I stutter? This is where I cross over. This is where I fudging believe like Scully and Mulder. This little old lady. This fucked up face little old lady, maybe 5'5" at best. She stares at me with all of her fury. And she gets as close as she can to the window. And she slams her fist on it. Once. I mean fucking once. And grumbles something like hodgepodge together. And I shat you not. Glass cracked. Not like hair crack. I mean, crack. On one of my days off before, some method took a shot at it with a 38. Glass was replaced, but I saw it was a good crack, embedment, etc. This though, it was like this lady put a 12-gauge sludge 2 inches away and fired. I'm fucking lose it. Pick up phone, call office. Say emergency, emergency, emergency. Cops show up. Night Manger comes running. I'm in the back, fucking pale and waiting. Hiding really. Pound on door.
It's Manager Anon with the police department. Open up.
Q hours later. And Q fudged up shite. Lights are back to normal. Cameras apparently didn't catch anything. Said storm must have knocked them out or something. Then look at glass.
Go home, Anon. See you tomorrow.
Manager covers shift, go home with cross, Bible, and 1911. Q next day. The box looks like shat. Scratches everywhere. Door has paint stripped off in streaks. Chunks are missing from sides of box roof. Something climbed it. Manager says there's actually a hole in roof, that is an inch from tiles, etc. Squeaky sarcastically. Manager asks what happened. Q next day. Says that PD may want my statement if it's suspicious, etc. Nope, the fudge away from him. Say must have been weather, etc. Manger looks after me.
Yeah, I think so, Anon.
Switch to different department after that. Everyone asked me for years about that story, wanting to hear how I was shot. At the worst thing is that I've heard that there was an employee who covered that shift after me. She stayed until last year, and since I left the company, I was out of touch. Visited recently, how's it going, etc. They say she went missing last year. That she opened her door on her shift and walked out the back door. The computer system went out. The cameras too. She's still missing. Fudged up thing is the guy working said the only lead they had was this fudged up beater of a car that was seen briefly driving away from bank camera across the street.
It seems that Anon was right to be afraid. Who was the old woman? Thankfully Anon noticed that there was something off about her. Did she have something to do with the disappearance that happened months later? What do you believe she was? I pose a question to you, dear viewer. Have you ever met someone who you believe was not human? Please tell your tale in a comment below.
Thank you for subscribing to Midnight Broadcast. More Greentext from Exile Farming, a new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight at Central Time.